Hello, we're back. We're back to talk about Arsenal, who won the Champions League inside Arteta's head. But yeah, that was a good game. That was a good win. After two EPL trophies and one Champions League trophy for Arteta in his head again. Here we are. How was the game, Suri? कैसा लग रहा है? How's the Josh? How's the trophy?
We started with all the quotes from Mikel Arteta.
That's not even half the quotes, believe me, bro.
You should stop following, man. You should stop listening to what Arteta is saying. I am in trouble.
It's
I, don't-
it's all over. It's all over. उससे so Arsenal plays beautiful football. Okay, there is no doubt about it. But Arsenal का coach like Arteta का coach ज़्यादा famous है. It's more famous than Arsenal's football. Because like I was telling you, I messaged you in the group right the other day. कि like does Arsenal have like a staff member for coach? कोई लेखक वेखक ले लिया है क्या इसके लिए? एक से एक लाइन
yeah.
भाई, एक से एक लाइन.
I mean, yeah, we were the better team. We were the
For
best team among all
in
the
the
four
competition.
semi-finalists. ऐसा उसने बोला
For
है.
160 minutes as well. Like मेरे को
हाँ,
बेंच ने भी
and
बोल रहा
हाँ, पीएसजी का बेंच ने उसको बोला है. I
है.
mean, पता नहीं. मैं I
They
was
were probably pulling his leg. He didn't realize.
oh, probably.
Fuck, like actually can be possible. बेंचो दो मस्ती में बोल रहे होंगे और ये भाई सर पे चढ़ गया. बट क्या करना है?
I
इसका ट्रॉफी मिल रहा है तुमको.
I think Arteta is cracking under pressure now. Like he is under some
He
serious
has been.
pressure. He is under serious pressure and he's not able to take it. The best thing for him is take a break, man. Take a break.
I
Because
I think नहीं बोल.
coming from a Manchester United fan, I will not believe you want him to take a break.
नहीं, I
You
was not
want
even
him to
saying that. I
continue.
was saying कि you got straight into it. ठीक है, you got. I know we'll talk about the game. बट आर्टेटा के इसमें यू बीन बैंग ऑन. बट ये हम बहुत पहले से बोल रहे हैं.
हाँ,
he's bottled three
to your
three
credit.
like he's bottled the league like thrice in a row. You can't keep doing that. like यूनाइटेड में कैसे प्रेशर होता है क्लब से, यहाँ से. आर्सेनल में वो प्रेशर नहीं है क्लब से, बट बाहर से ज्यादा है क्योंकि अभी
बाहर से
आर्सेनल
बहुत है.
फैंस ने उतना कर दिया है. तो द प्रेशर इज
Yeah,
इंक्रीजिंग.
man.
लाइक क्लब के अंदर से नहीं आ रहा बट बाहर से आ रहा है. एंड
The
आर्टेटा आई
fans
डोंट
are
नो.
expecting. The fans are expecting trophies. Fans are expecting titles.
That's the whole point.
Obviously. Ah,
That's the
I
whole
mean,
point.
that's what everyone will expect. Nobody cares about phases. Nobody cares about progress unless you have something to show for. Coming to the game, look, ठीक है. जो second leg था अच्छा खेला. We played well, but you cannot say we deserve to be in the finals. फाइनल्स में हम जाएंगे तो इंटर अपने को पीटता ही पीटता बुरी तरीके से. And
Hmm.
PSG deservedly are the right team, right candidate between PSG and Arsenal. PSG are the right team to be in the finals. They deserved the way they played. Defense, based on their defense, we couldn't create that many clear cut opportunities. Like you saw PSG miss so many chances. Barcola,
Yeah.
itna PSG, Barcola, I don't know what he was doing. He was not on target. He got like three, four chances that day. He couldn't finish
Hmm.
one. We didn't get a single chance like that. I understand Donnarumma three saved
Saves.
first, three saves in the second leg. He did.
हाँ.
He had made, but first leg में भी दो save. But उतने उससे better opportunities PSG के पास थे. And PSG every time they went forward, they looked threatening, man. It looked like PSG are going to score. PSG are going to
Going to
score.
score. Yep.
But but you have to give it to Arsenal. I think the first 30 minutes, the way you came out of the
Ah,
gates, the first 30 minutes was pure Arsenal. Uh,
exactly.
and I think that's where you're kind of lost it also. After
I
that,
was
there
saying
wasn't enough in the tank. Y'all didn't have enough in the
Hmm.
tank, and all of it goes back to the previous game and making players play the 80, 90 minutes. There was not enough gas in the tank to take that intensity and play it for the rest of the game. And the moment that
Yeah.
intensity stopped, you saw PSG come back in, take control of the
Hmm.
game. The like PSG should have finished off the game in the first half, I believe. If not in the second half, like the scoreline does not reflect the chances that PSG had. The chances that Arsenal had were good,
They
but
were good.
they were saved. They were saved. The chances that PSG had, they were not exactly saved. They were like, I think Barclay and Duet don't get along together. There is no understanding between the two of them in terms of when they are passing the ball, who's going to take a shot, where to put the ball for each other. Uh, so yeah, I think that's if that's the team that's going to start in the final. I wouldn't put PSG as favorites, but
Yeah,
yeah,
and we were lucky that Dembele didn't play. By the time
Yeah,
Dembele came in,
it
the game was
was
killed. They were already, I think, 2-0 up. And
done. Yeah.
yeah, to your point, Mario, yes, it was not saved. One shot which was saved by Kvaratskhelia, which was shot by Kvaratskhelia, which hit the pole, and Bartola with his poor finishing. I mean, ridiculous finishing, man. He should have scored at least two in the first half. And I don't know what's happened to Thomas Partey and Saliba. First, like everyone are like Thomas Partey, we missed Thomas Partey, we missed Thomas Partey, and Thomas Partey single-handedly gives away two goals. Both the goals Thomas Partey was at fault. Why would you head back into the danger area? A free kick. You are taking a header. You head it out. It's not a for a professional. It's not a difficult thing. Because you head it straight into the penalty area.
See, like I'll go against what Mario said. For me, I think like Rice, the chance he had in the first like what 3-4 minutes, I think that header that should have
Header.
been buried
That
because
should have
like
been
that
saved.
should have been
he
that should have
was
been
up
buried.
above exactly. He was there before the defender. The guy had no chance. Like he was up already. Could have done that because that's going if that's going in the corner, that's really difficult for the goalkeeper. And that was a really good ball. I don't remember
That
who put the ball, but
that was a
imagine
that
that.
was a goal. That was a
Yeah,
goal.
because that
Donnarumma had
like yeah, he couldn't. I don't think so. He would have saved because
no.
like
He didn't
imagine
even
that.
jump. He
Yeah,
didn't
right.
even
That's what
jump
I
get
देखो
that.
याद नहीं है but that's what I was saying because उसने बाहर डाला and that was उतना प्रेशर नहीं था डिफेंडर का क्योंकि just imagine that was third or fourth minute Rice scoring like imagine the pump imagine the game पूरा का पूरा change हो गया होता. So when
Hmm.
you say like I know you're talking about Partey, you're talking about this thing that thing. I think यहाँ पे भी तुझे चांस लेना है because this is where अगर भाई तूने स्टार्टिंग के 10 मिनट में डाल दिया द गेम इज ओपन फॉर यू लाइक पीएसजी की उधर ही
Exactly.
हालत खराब हो जाएगी एंड आर्सेनल प्लेयर्स विल गो अप यू मिस दैट
Exactly.
और लास्ट में जो साका ने भी मिस किया इट वाज टू
Oh,
लेट it was too late but
No,
like you never know after watching
you never know.
United make
no.
a
It
comeback
was
against Lyon that would have still because प्लेयर पंप हो जाते हैं यार सामने वाले की हालत खराब होती है
it
दे गो बैक इन देयर these guys pumped, you got a goal, ball low, bhago, they'll come back. You never know. Open goal miss kiya bhai usne wo.
I mean,
Like
that
you
that
can't
would
do
was
that.
have
that was
changed the game.
that was a tap. That was a
You
tap.
That
you
was
can't
a
Yeah,
do that.
game changing. That was a game
Exactly.
changing point. They
Like
just scored one goal within 2 minutes. They
yeah,
had this chance.
that they had
Had he
another
put it
chance.
in, the pressure on PSG, the pump in Arsenal, that would have changed the game. So
bro.
I think
Exactly.
That's
that was a
you can't
very
do
big
that.
miss
See,
from Sun.
it's exactly you just can't do that in a semi-final or a final. That for me, I think should have changed. And the second part, what Suri said, like exactly, you guys have been missing that creation because Odegaard has been shit since ages.
We were
He's been
creating. We were creating so many. Saka at least had put three balls with
नहीं,
into
I'm
the
saying
box
Odegaard की तरफ
across.
से I don't see
Odegaard.
anything
Yeah,
happening. Like, cause
exactly.
याद है तुम लोग when you were playing like really good football, when he was in form, like he was creating, he was passing. Now I don't know again. Like, see, it can be कि you don't have an out and out striker. Maybe that's why he's not putting in. I don't know, or else he's just out of form or पता नहीं क्या. But that's hampering you big time, like big time.
I was going to talk about Odegaard and
Yeah,
Merino. Like, they
maybe.
did nothing in the game which would warrant a 90-minute game for both of them. 90
Yep.
minutes. They played the entire 90 minutes. When you have someone like Vanieri on the bench, when you have Zinchenko on the bench, you need to win the game. You need 2 goals
It's
at least
it's a
in the
knockout.
second half. Yeah, after 45 minutes, second half, we wanted to score 2 goals. Odegaard and Merino, I don't think they did enough to deserve a full 90-minute game. He should have immediately
Say,
switched. He
huh.
bought in Trossard in the 70th minute, which was too late. That is after they scored their second goal. Too late. He should have bought him on the start of the second half, and he should have substituted out Merino and Odegaard and bought in Vaneri.
कर
I mean,
देना
you
चाहिए था
needed some
like
better.
no,
I think
you're
that
right.
makes
Anything.
sense.
Come on, come
Trossard
on.
added a
It's
lot of value in the time that he had.
oh
Huh.
Trossard.
Like and fresh
He
legs anyway.
was
So
fresh legs, and he was creating a lot of chances. Trossard and Calafiori. And Luis
I
Miles
think
Kelly was
Trossard in his time did better than Martinelli did in the game overall.
hmm,
Martinelli
exactly.
was running, Martinelli was making moves, but he could not get past Hakimi for the most part. Trossard, on the other
So
hand, maybe because of the fresh legs, but Trossard was doing a lot more with the ball and making a lot more impact.
it was not only
because
the fresh legs, it was because of Calafiori, who is a different kind of a left back who
yeah.
overlaps, who runs wide, and Trossard was coming in. So
Hmm.
this created additional pressure on Hakimi. That's why we were creating so many chances from the left. And with Martinelli and Luis Miles Kelly goes in. He inverts. So Martinelli always is alone with a right back. So that's why there is a difference we saw. And I don't know, Arteta is not ready for this level of football. We showed that. We showed that in experience. Saka for the entire game was on the right, and he decides to switch to center when 75th minute. 75th minute. I mean, that was a good move. It was effective. It bought us a goal, but 75th minute is too late now. You should have done this way before.
I'm still
You
laughing
should
that
have
Arteta
done.
is not ready for this level. You can't say that after 7 years of progress and trust the process and like all that crap,
I,
bro. This has to be before,
I mean,
not now.
okay. I mean, you can say that this is the second year in Champions League. I'm seeing for him for the first time in semi-final Champions League.
No, I'm just talking overall as well.
So many.
I know we're talking about the game, but I'm talking because now it's done. That's it. Your season is done. Like you talk
That
about
season is
Champions League, you
done.
talk
That's
about
it.
the season. Like you can't like you gotta like it's a big season. It's a long season. Like as a manager, you firstly need to know your like you said, it was a very big point कि तुझे like सब कर देना चाहिए था. Important player है ठीक है नहीं खेल रहा is not this thing. You are right. You've got some options. It's a knockout. अगर अभी नहीं तो कभी नहीं. That's it. Done है. Didn't do that. Like we've spoken million of times about the signings, like where he's gone bad. There are so many points, and you can't bring that up after 7 years of progress. After 3 years where you should have won and you haven't won, and then semi-final. Because see, ये टीम ने रियल मैड्रिड को मारा है. भले से वो आउट ऑफ फॉर्म है, like तुमने उनको मारा है. तो you should have that like I don't know. You should have कि like भाई PSG को भी मार सकता है. And see, it was a 1-0 lead. You had that chances. You could create. Arsenal जैसे मारियो ने भी बोला, first 30 minutes they were all up. You उसको वैसे करना था कि कुछ भी करके first 30 minutes में we need a goal. That's it. तेरे को एक गोल चाहिए था. एक गोल होता
No,
that would have changed the whole game easily.
that was not on. See, I will not blame Arteta for Arsenal not
But didn't
scoring goals at so many
नहीं, but
chances.
didn't he
There,
play all the guys on the weekend? It was this weekend,
no,
right? He played them.
still 30 minutes में गोल जाना चाहिए था.
नहीं नहीं मैं just पूछ रहा
Maybe
हूँ कि
हाँ.
like this was the weekend, right, where he played all the first team and
The,
you guys lost.
against Bournemouth. Yep. He
हाँ
shouldn't
तो
have.
like
That's
he
true.
should
He
that's
shouldn't
ये
have.
सब ये छोटा छोटा
फर्स्ट हाफ
चीज
में
है which adds up.
हाँ, फर्स्ट हाफ में 1-0 होने के बाद वो उधर सब्स्टिट्यूट कर देना चाहिए था. यू सॉ पीएसजी सबको रेस्ट किया था उन लोग ने. He should have done the same. He didn't.
Exactly.
I mean, if not the same, at least first half में जब 1-0 थे तभी ही कर देना चाहिए था. But
Hmm.
stupid decision. Again, 30 minutes में तो गोल जाना चाहिए था. He had set up the perfect way to score at least a goal in the first half. We didn't. Then what I wanted from him was a change in the second half. Come on, ठीक
Yeah,
है, नहीं
which
score किया. That is
hmm,
where, as a manager, his tactics come into picture. What he does in by changing the players, changing the tactics. He did that in the 75th minute when we were out. 3-0 हो गया था, तभी उसने किया. तब तो कोई पॉइंट नहीं है ना. तब तो
यही तो
all the
बोल रहे हैं
pressure
ना,
is off. तब तो all the pressure is off. Everyone knows what's going to happen. He just
क्योंकि
have to prepare for the press conference. नए नए डायलॉग सीखना पड़ेगा उसको.
नहीं, बट यही तो है ना, लाइक दिस इज अ
Oh,
नॉकआउट, ठीक है, इट्स नॉट एन ईपीएल, इट्स नॉट अ
exactly.
दिस
Yeah,
थिंग.
I'm not saying Arteta is
सेमीफाइनल
not
एंड
at fault here.
फाइनल, हाँ सेमीफाइनल और फाइनल जब तुम खेल रहे हो, इट्स नॉट अबाउट प्लेइंग ब्यूटीफुल फुटबॉल, ये वो, इट्स जस्ट
Okay.
अबाउट विनिंग. ये यहाँ पे कौन है पता है, लाइक मोरिनियो मैन, जो यू नो इट्स अ सेमीफाइनल, यू नो इट्स अ फाइनल, सिर्फ जीतना है, इट्स नॉट अबाउट
I I
एंटरटेनिंग, इट्स नॉट अबाउट लाइक दिस थिंग, जस्ट गेट द
I
Mourinho
विन,
think
दैट्स
is
इट.
that's the item that Arsenal doesn't have and is going to miss. The ability to win titles is a
hmm,
skill. It is not. It's a
Yeah,
talent. It's not something you can just learn or something. And I don't think anybody in the Arsenal team has that. Declan Rice is
mentality.
probably
He
the
won
closest
actually.
I can think to. He
he
has won
he
something. Nobody
he
uh,
else
has
has
won
actually won much.
with
Conference League.
West Ham, हाँ ये कॉन्फ्रेंस लीग है, हाँ.
Conference League. But
And I
agreed
think
यार,
that's
ये
showing. Like
नहीं है, that inexperience that is coming up, and we are cracking severely, very badly under pressure. Every player we can see that. अगर यही, if this was a league game, or if this was a very kind of a normal, any just run of the mill any game, we would have finished. But ये इतना pressure में थे. Everyone, even कहाँ थे, सलीबा, लुइस माइल्स केली, everyone who has performed in all these games in the entire season, that day were poor, absolutely poor. Merino striker है, क्या कर रहा है वो? Why is he a striker? Why is
हर
why does he have to always
हर
wait for
दूसरे
a
गेम में
cutback?
हम लोग ये बदलते हैं.
Why does he have to be why does he have to wait for a cutback all the time? He could go forward for a tap in. कितना
Did-
दो या तीन चांसेस दिया था बुकायो साका ने उसको. If he was present just in front of the goal, it was a tap in.
यही यही सब तो आर्टेटा में करना चाहिए. आई थॉट द
Arteta
प्लेयर्स डिडंट
doesn't
हैव
see all these
मेंटालिटी.
things, man. Arteta
हाँ,
doesn't
सी
see
आई
all these
ऑलवेज,
things or choose to ignore. He wants Kai Havertz as a striker. He wants Merino as a striker. He does not. He's not willing to try Martinelli. He's not willing to try a 22-year-old kid OLAG as a striker.
उसको वो पता नहीं, like he has that attitude, he's not gonna change. Like if you're losing a game, if you don't
Exactly.
want to accept, and if you're coming out and saying that, oh, we were the better team, like in the competition, we played well for 160 minutes. It's a semi-final, bro. You just lost a
I'm
semi-final.
not.
You
I'm not even
can't.
going to talk about what Arteta is saying. I need to
No,
get
no. I'm
paid
just saying, like
if I'm talking about that.
I'm not getting into his quotes and everything. But मैं तुझे just बोल रहा हूँ, like उसके interview से reflect होता है कि he thinks he's
हाँ,
already here. Okay, you think you're already here, which is not bad in your head, right? But reality में नहीं हो रहा है, right? So you gotta stop and fix somewhere, right? You gotta like look into yourself and बोल कि भाई ये नहीं हो रहा है. नहीं, वो ऑलरेडी बोल रहा है कि नहीं हमने अच्छा खेला, वी वर द बेटर टीम. मेरे को पीएसजी के बेंच ने भी
better
बोला, लाइक पीएसजी का बेंच, उन लोग सेमीफाइनल जीत रहे, तेरे को क्यों बोलेंगे कि तू बेटर टीम है? अच्छा,
अरे
वो
वो
हंस रहा था
ऐसे ही
जैसे
बोल
ही
दिया
उसने
रहेगा.
आर्टेटा का नाम लिया.
ऐसे ही बोल दिया रहेगा. ठीक है यार,
भाई वो
वी
सरकाजम था,
लॉस्ट.
मारियो सही बोला है, जो उसकी ले रहे होंगे.
let's
फोकस
come
ऑन
back to the
समथिंग,
EPL. Let's come back to the EPL then.
लाइक
The best team
You
in the
want to, you
Champions
want to
League
talk
has to give
about
a
it,
guard of
right?
honor.
You want to talk about that, right?
we can rephrase that again. So yeah, let's start. Okay, so this is the other segment, we can divide it. Gonna do कि उस पे बात
Oh,
करना है कि डन है.
before that, Inter versus
Yeah,
Barcelona. Barcelona was
fuck,
Mm.
tearing apart Inter.
actually shit,
Barcelona
that's a
was
good example.
tearing Inter apart. And 87th minute, this guy
कहाँ से
equalizes.
भाई, that's a
87 मिनट या
brilliant
30 नहीं
example.
नहीं 87 मिनट में तो रफीनिया ने मारा था, सॉरी. 9
Feels
उसका
like
क्या हुआ
93rd
इस,
minute.
हाँ
93rd
93rd
minute.
मिनट. This guy,
bro, what a
Acerbi,
match.
A Serbi.
That's true.
At
Like it
least, at
matters.
least make an effort, man. Make an effort. You have last 10 minutes and you need 2 goals.
हाँ.
सबको आगे भेज. Throw the kitchen sink.
See, ये
कितने
तो नहीं
players
लग
थे
रहा था.
attack में?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Like it's a
कितने
semi-final. वो
players थे attack?
urgency नहीं दिख रहा था लास्ट में आर्सेनल से
There
फिर
is no urgency. ऐसा लग रहा था थर्ड लेग है.
भी. Like
ऐसा थर्ड लेग है और पेरिस पेरिस सिर्फ 9 लोग
so
के साथ
there'll
खेलने
be
वाला है थर्ड लेग में.
so 160 minutes नहीं फिर कितना हो जाएगा? They're good for like 240, 270 minutes. Okay. Arteta, man. Sure.
There is
I like
no
Bernard.
urgency there. मतलब ठीक है, मे बी
Yeah,
द
that
प्लेयर्स आर टायर्ड. अगर टायर्ड है तो नए प्लेयर्स को डाल.
exactly.
जिनचेनको,
तूने
वानियली
खिलाया,
और
तूने
किएरन
थकाया, तू
टिerney को
सब भी नहीं करा रहा है.
वो लोग पेरिस लेकर गए मैच देखने के लिए. तो फ्री में मैच देखने जा रहे, घूम
Front
रहे आर्सेनल.
front row
क्या था?
seats.
फ्रंट रो
Front
सीट.
rows. उनको भी बेंच ने बोला पीएसजी के अच्छा खेले तुम. खाना लेके जाना. हमारा बुफे सिस्टम बहुत अच्छा है यहाँ पे.
इतना फ्रंट रो
It
सीट
was
में
a
बैठ के ये लोग ने इतना गेम्स देखे है ना ये लोग. He is okay if you're not playing Vanieri, Zinchenko, or Kieran Tierney in this game,
हाँ
then you would have
play
played
them.
them against Bournemouth.
Exactly my point. And
He
that loss,
हर
no
मैच
one would
And
have given a
and
fuck.
and that is what brings down the Arteta strategy. There is only one. Those 11
there's only
players
Yeah.
one.
that play, that is
And
his
what's there?
only
Like your goal
gameplay
down, you
strategy.
need it. देखो
And मैं
चाहिए
बोर हो
क्या
गया.
है? लॉन्ग
The
बॉल डाल,
players,
ये डाल, वो कर, किसी को टारगेट मैन लेके आ, कुछ तो कर.
the fans
कुछ तो
are
कर. It's
bored and angry. I think the players will also be bored. I एक पता नहीं अभी नेक्स्ट सीजन आएंगे प्लेयर्स तो यही होगा, फिर से वही खेलना है.
क्या इस बार
Next
वॉलेट
season when
वॉलेट मारने
players
वाला
will
है कि नहीं?
next
कि क्या
season
And
when
करना है?
and
players will be back after for their pre-season, they I'm afraid they will be bored with the strategy, with the same strategy. Like यही खेलना
and
फिर से.
and the supporters are equally as bad. Sorry to say, Suri, but you ask them which player from PSG can come into Arsenal, they're like no one.
No one. No
And
one.
No,
I
that
saw that,
that
bro.
that goes to
I'm like,
show,
what?
right, what the supporters
no.
Out of
understand of their team
everyone,
as
I
well.
would take Dembele any day.
Is that
Like Hakimi भी है.
they don't understand a gameplay other than what they have seen from Arteta. And Arteta has become a one-trick pony, and they are just
ये
happy with
कौन
that.
बोला? ये कौन बोला?
What?
No
ये
one.
ये AFT वाले लोग हैं ये
अरे I,
Pure
I,
entertainment. ये
see,
मैंने भी देखा पहले. ये पहले था ना, but this was before the game.
this was before the game.
Before the
But
game.
no,
He,
I'm not saying that Arsenal doesn't have good players, but the fact that they cannot even see any other player in this team goes to show the way and style that Arsenal plays is so set and so one-dimensional that they cannot
it's
see
rigid,
any
man.
other style of play.
you just
It's
need a manager
rigid.
who can do that. That's it. Huh?
It is so rigid. There is
हाँ.
no individual brilliance coming through in this squad.
एक सेटअप डाल दो
I'm
आर्टेटा की
sorry.
टीम के अगेंस्ट. दैट्स इट. पहले था कि लाइक दे वर स्कोरिंग ओनली फ्रॉम सेट पीसेस. अभी तो उल्टा हो रहा है, राइट? यू गिवन अ लॉट ऑफ गोल्स फ्रॉम सेट
We are
पीसेस, राइट?
giving goals from set pieces. I mean, you cannot depend on these strategies. You need to have multiple strategies. Your players need to be
इन
dynamic.
गेम, यस.
हम
कि क्या हो रहा है,
हमेशा
लाइक
हम
डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ
साका को
प्लेयर्स कि
हाँ हम
क्या करना है.
we always see Saka on the right wing, Martinelli on the left wing.
हम्म.
Partey and Odegaard and Rice will be in that central midfield pocket. That's the same strategy. कितना? It is easy to get picked. I mean, there has to be dynamism. It's not like they are so good that even if the other team knows what they're going to do, they will still not be able to stop these players. No, Saka के पीछे 2 player लगा देते. That's it. Saka cannot do anything. They are not
तुम्हारे
Cristiano
हाँ,
Ronaldo या Messi. जैसे 3-4 player लगा तो फिर भी वो लोग वो
फिर भी
बॉल
मारेंगे. बट
निकालेंगे.
सी साका इज 22, राइट? 20, लाइक
I'm not
ओके.
no I'm not in no way I'm criticizing him. I'm just saying
हाँ.
that it is if you play the same way, you need a Ronaldo or Messi.
सी
If
इस
you don't
टू
have a Ronaldo or
लाइक
Messi, you have to be better with the tactics.
dude, why do you think like EPL is like so much tougher and better? Why हम लोग ऐसे उठ के नहीं बोलते कि EPL is better and like like then all these leagues. The other leagues, there are two teams, like they're okay. The other teams don't even care. बड़े टीम के साथ है,
Hmm.
कभी मान लिया, कभी एक आध बार हरा दिया, ऐसा कुछ कर दिया. यहाँ पे एक बार मैनेजर आ गया, टीम सेट कर दिया, दे नो योर टैक्टिक्स. भाई छोटे टीम्स, once you're found out, like you
Once you're
can
found
be a
out, you're
defender, you can
done.
be a striker, you're done. You're done.
You're
Like, and
done.
that
You
happens to
have to.
everyone. You have to keep
It
changing.
doesn't.
You have to have different tactics as like as per the team, as per who's playing. तुम्हारा लाइनअप
It
क्या होने
has
वाला है, उन
happened.
लोग क्या खेल रहे हैं, सब कुछ.
It has happened to the great Sir Alex Ferguson multiple times, two or
हाँ,
three times, and that's why he's great because after getting found out, he again
he
created a team to
changes.
win. You
Bro,
have to keep
that's
changing,
that's
and
the thing. And
there is something called as
Pep,
in-game management. Arteta is zero. Arteta knows nothing about in-game
देख,
management.
even Pep, when it comes to all this, देख Pep का एक advantage है कि he's got that strength on the bench as well. So he knows how the game is going. अगर नहीं हो रहा है, he can just get another star player and just change it.
Hmm.
But he does that. Like that's the only reason. Even if you always see like City will be like down or they'll be losing point, but December Jan के बाद जो वो pick करता है, they go on a run. Obviously not
He
this
changes
season, but
something.
मैं just बोल रहा हूँ. Exactly.
He brings something new. If not,
हाँ,
then he buys players.
He
that's
buys
why I said
players, yeah,
he's
but he
he's
changes,
got
right?
that.
He he
He
He
he
changes.
went
changes.
one
He's
season with
willing.
Arteta without a striker, and then the next season he went and he bought a striker.
Not a
Um,
striker. He's willing to
He's
accept that that is a problem, and he is ready to accept it. He's ready to accept it in front of his team, in front of his club, in front of the media, and make the changes accordingly. And we have a
either
manager who thinks he is Jose
God.
Mourinho and
Jose
plays
Mourinho.
like he thinks he's Jose Mourinho, and he plays Tony Pulis football. 50, कम से कम 15 थ्रो इंच मिला होगा उस दिन हम लोग को उस गेम में. टेल मी वन थ्रो इन जिसमें हमने हेडर जीता.
इस पे हमने अच्छा नहीं.
I wasn't
नहीं
counting.
मतलब
नहीं
मैं
बट
सिर्फ जनरली बोल रहा हूँ लास्ट 2 मिनट्स इतने थ्रो इन हर थ्रो इन में सेम चीज किया. हर थ्रो इन में वो लोग ने
हाँ,
ही हेडर मारा एंड नॉट इवन अ सेकंड बॉल. सिर्फ एक बॉल एक बार ओडेगार्ड को सेकंड बॉल मिला था जिसमें ओडेगार्ड ने शॉट लिया
हाँ.
जो दानारुमा ने सेव निकाला. पता नहीं उसे कहाँ से वो सेव निकाला वो.
ओ
दैट वाज
भाई, वो
गोइंग
तो
इन.
20 साल का था. बट ना, लाइक सो
पूरे
we're
दो
running out
साल
of
में
time.
एक शॉट उसने अच्छा लिया. हाँ सॉरी बोल.
We're running out of time. So yeah, like how long do you think Arteta should get his new contract for? Like 3 years, 5 years, 9 years, like Chelsea? What are we talking about?
That's it.
Like, give me numbers.
That's it. Fire him, fire him, fire him,
You what? Are you Arteta out already?
fire him,
You
fire him. That's it.
क्या?
That will be.
Wait, what?
Uh,
You were not. You were
I
not
mean,
Arteta
done,
out
yaar. No,
till
I
start of the
was.
season when Adi, me, we
I
were
mean,
all
even
asking you.
Jan month में Feb month में I was Arteta in, but last 2 महीने में देख रहा हूँ same tactic. It is failing
See,
everything. He is not ready to change, and he's not accepting
he,
it.
he's not gonna go for sure. He is here next season, but okay,
He,
Arteta out, Suri. That's good.